The alien Galactic school was unlike any other place in the galaxy. Its towers stretched high into the sky, glinting with metal and crystal, and its hallways were wide enough to fit a walking herd of four-legged, tentacled, and winged creatures at the same time. Students from hundreds of worlds moved through the corridors, practicing their combat, science, and magic-like skills. But today, the usual hum of activity was shattered by an alarm that echoed through the entire school. A loud, deep roar shook the walls, and the floor vibrated beneath the feet of frightened students. "It's the albino dragon," shouted a winged student with a jagged tail. Panic erupted. Alien creatures of all shapes ran in every direction. Some climbed walls. Others slid across the polished floors. The smell of ozone and smoke filled the air. The albino dragon was a rare and dangerous creature. Its scales shone like polished white marble, glowing faintly in the emergency lights. Its long, curved horns scraped the ceiling as it ran, and its sharp claws left scratches along the walls. Normally kept in the high-security experimental wing, the dragon had somehow broken free, and now it roamed the school like a living storm. Amid the chaos, a human boy named Alex carefully navigated the hallways. He wasn't tall, strong, or particularly brave, at least compared to most of the alien students, but he had a sharp mind and a deep curiosity. Today, however, curiosity could have been dangerous. Alex ducked under a swinging tail and darted past a group of panicked students. He needed a safe place, somewhere to hide, but then he noticed something unusual. The dragon wasn't moving randomly. Its head was low, eyes scanning the corridors with purpose. It wasn't hunting for food or attacking students. It was searching something. His curiosity won over fear. He quietly followed the dragon, staying behind cover, trying to understand. And then he saw it. A hidden door leading to the experimental wing slightly open. Through the crack he glimpsed a small, dimly lit room filled with dragon eggs. Alex froze. There were at least 6 eggs, each one larger than his head, glowing faintly with warmth. He realized that the dragon outside was looking for its cubs. Just as he stepped closer, the albino dragon's roar thundered behind him. The hallway vibrated with power, and students screamed as the dragon's claws tore along the walls. Alex's heart pounded, but he stayed still. The dragon entered the room, and then something incredible happened. The dragon stopped. It froze in place, its glowing eyes locked on the eggs and then on Alex. There was no growl, no attack, just a long, tense silence. The dragon seemed confused, even cautious. Alex slowly lowered himself to the floor, making himself look small. "Easy," he whispered almost to himself. "I'm not going to touch them." The dragon's tail flicked back and forth, creating cracks in the floor. Its nostrils flared as it sniffed the air, but Alex didn't move. He slowly inched closer to the eggs, keeping his hands visible. The dragon's gaze followed him, unblinking. For a few long minutes, nothing happened. Then, surprisingly, the dragon bowed its head slightly, almost as if acknowledging that Alex meant no harm. Alex realized something astonishing. The dragon could sense he was protecting the eggs. Somehow it knew he wasn't a threat. The alarm system blared again. Alien security teams were rushing toward the room, armed with strange energy weapons and nets. The dragon tensed. Its wings lifted slightly, making the air shimmer around it. Alex knew if the security entered now, the dragon might panic, or worse, attack. Thinking quickly, Alex picked up a small device from the floor, an experimental scanner left behind by the lab staff. "Maybe I can communicate with it," he thought. He pointed the device toward the dragon, pressing buttons randomly. The scanner emitted a soft, pulsing light. The dragon blinked. Slowly it stepped back, then lowered its head to the floor, almost in curiosity. Alex realized it wasn't a machine that scared the dragon. It was human intelligence. Something about his calmness, his thinking, and his protective instinct was recognized. Suddenly, a shriek echoed from the hallway. A group of alien students tried to run past, but the dragon's tail swept in front of them. They tumbled to the floor, terrified. Alex jumped forward. "Stay back!" he shouted. His voice was small but firm. The dragon hesitated, ears flicking back. Alex slowly gestured toward the eggs, then toward the fleeing students. The dragon seemed to understand. It backed away slightly, allowing the students to escape, but kept its eyes on the eggs. Alex's heart raced. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. This was not just a dangerous beast, it was apparent, intelligent, and protective. Time passed slowly. Security alarms continued to blare and more students crowded the hallways outside. Alex had to make a decision. If he did nothing, the eggs could be taken, and the dragon might panic, causing chaos throughout the school. If he acted, well, he didn't have a plan yet, but humans were clever, weren't they? That's what he had always believed. All right, he whispered. Let's see if I can help you. Alex began examining the eggs. They were warm, pulsating slightly, almost alive. He gently touched one, careful not to make sudden movements. The dragon flinched but didn't attack. Slowly, Alex used a calm voice, the one he used when explaining things to his little sister back home. Everything is okay. You're safe. I'm not here to hurt you. It was absurd. A human talking to a dragon, but it seemed to work. The dragon's massive body relaxed slightly. Alex allowed himself a small sigh of relief. Then came the next problem. A security team was breaking down the lab door. Alex had to act fast. Using the device he had picked up, he created a blinding pulse of light, momentarily stunning the approaching aliens. He pointed to the hallway exit and motioned toward the dragon. The dragon's eyes narrowed, then it understood. They had to leave the lab, together. With a low roar, the albino dragon turned and backed toward the secret passage Alex had spotted earlier. He quickly followed, keeping close to the eggs. The dragon's wings brushed the walls, knocking over lights and panels, but it moved carefully. Alex realized the dragon wasn't reckless, it wasn't wild. It was calculated, aware, protective. Finally, they emerged into a hidden courtyard within the school. The courtyard was large, with artificial sunlight and strange alien plants. Alex set the eggs down gently on soft moss. The dragon lowered its massive head and nudged each egg gently, as if checking their safety. Alex breathed out. You really care about them, don't you? He asked quietly. The dragon made a sound, somewhere between a hiss and a purr. It didn't speak, but Alex understood. It trusted him. For the first time in his life, Alex felt a strange pride. Humans might not have wings or claws, but they had brains, courage, and empathy. And maybe, just maybe, that could be enough to stand beside even the most terrifying creatures in the galaxy. Then, a sudden motion caught his eye. From the far side of the courtyard, shadowy figures moved, students and teachers trying to reclaim the dragon. Alex's heart skipped a beat. The next challenge was coming, and this time it wouldn't be just about hiding. The albino dragon looked at Alex, its glowing white eyes full of unspoken understanding. Alex nodded. All right, partner. Let's show them humans can handle this. With that, the first part of chaos, fear, and unexpected trust ended. But the real adventure was just beginning. The courtyard was quiet but not peaceful. The albino dragon's massive body glimmered under the artificial sun, and its cubs lay nestled in the soft moss, protected but vulnerable. Alex's heart raced. He had never faced something like this before. A school full of aliens, a rare dragon, and now its eggs hatching into the unknown. Alex knelt beside the eggs, checking for signs of life. One of the eggs trembled. A small crack appeared on its surface, and Alex's eyes widened. The first hatchling was coming out. The dragon's eyes glowed brighter. It crouched over the egg, its wings partially spread to protect the tiny creature emerging from the shell. Alex held his breath. The hatchling struggled, then finally popped out, wet and trembling. Its scales were pure white like the parent, but smaller and softer. The albino dragon nudged the hatchling gently with its snout. It made a soft, low sound, almost like a purr. Alex realized that the dragon's roar was not always destructive. It could express care, love, and protection. The dragon's gaze flicked to Alex, acknowledging him silently. Somehow it understood that he had helped protect its offspring. Alex smiled nervously. They're amazing, he whispered. You're a good parent. The dragon's head tilted slightly as if it agreed. Then another egg cracked. Another hatchling emerged, then another, until all 6 had come out of their shells. They chirped, flapped tiny wings, and snuggled near their parent. The albino dragon lowered its massive head to the ground, allowing Alex to approach. Hesitantly, Alex reached out his hand. The dragon sniffed him once, then pulled back, still cautious but calm. You can trust me, Alex said softly. I won't hurt them. The dragon's glowing eyes stayed on him. Alex realized that it wasn't just instinct keeping the dragon from attacking. It was intelligence. This creature understood humans differently than other aliens. It saw something in Alex that others didn't. Meanwhile, chaos was still brewing outside. The school's security drones scanned the courtyard. They were programmed to capture or neutralize the dragon immediately. Alex's stomach twisted. If the drones found them now, the dragon and its cubs would be taken. Thinking fast, Alex picked up a small device from his pocket, a scanner he had used in biology class. He quickly adjusted it to emit a high-pitched signal, one that only dragons could hear. The albino dragon perked up its ears. The signal seemed to calm it even more, like it understood the human was trying to help. Alex whispered instructions. "Follow me," I slowly. "We need to hide until I can think of a plan." The dragon obeyed, stepping carefully beside him. Its massive wings brushed the walls, but it moved with surprising grace. Alex led the dragon and its hatchlings toward an abandoned greenhouse inside the school grounds. The greenhouse was full of alien plants and high, translucent ceilings. It smelled of flowers and rain, and most importantly, it was hidden from the patrol drones. Inside, the dragon gently laid its hatchlings among soft leaves. Alex sat on the floor across from them, watching the tiny dragons explore their new surroundings. They stumbled over roots, bumped into leaves, and flapped tiny wings. Each movement made the albino dragon's eyes follow them like a hawk. "You're incredible," Alex murmured. "And they're so perfect." The dragon's eyes softened, almost as if it understood his words. Alex felt a strange bond forming, not just with the dragon, but with the whole family. Hours passed, and Alex began to study the dragon more closely. He noticed the subtle movements, the way it twitched its tail, the patterns of its breathing, and the small hissing noises it made when it was calm versus alert. He realized that humans and dragons could communicate even without words by observing and understanding each other's actions. Suddenly, a loud clank echoed outside. Alex froze. The school's security drones had found them. He peeked through a crack in the greenhouse wall. Several drones hovered near the courtyard, scanning for heat and motion. The albino dragon's ears twitched. Its body tensed. Alex knew that if the drones entered, the dragon might panic. Thinking quickly, he grabbed a small watering device from the greenhouse. It was meant for alien plants, but Alex had an idea. He adjusted the nozzle and aimed a fine mist of water at the drones. The water reflected the sun, creating a dazzling, blinding effect. The drones swerved, alarms blaring. The dragon growled softly, a sound of approval. Alex grinned. "See? You don't always need claws or fire. Humans can be clever too." But the victory was temporary. From the shadows, a group of alien students appeared. They were not security. They were the rival cadets, a gang of competitive alien students who wanted to capture the dragon's hatchlings for their own glory. They stepped into the greenhouse, weapons drawn. Alex's heart raced. He had no weapons, no training, just his mind and the trust of the dragon. He took a deep breath. "Stay calm," he whispered to the dragon. "I think I can handle this." The rival cadets charged, thinking they were clever. But Alex had studied the greenhouse carefully. He kicked over a set of hanging plant pots which swung down like pendulums, knocking some of the aliens off balance. The dragon roared, flapping its wings and creating a gust of wind that pushed the intruders back. The hatchlings chirped excitedly, following their parents' movements. Alex ran along the sides of the greenhouse, pulling levers and buttons he noticed on the walls. Water sprays shot up, vines moved, and plants shifted. The aliens were confused, slipping and dodging, while Alex and the dragon controlled the environment like a team. Finally, the intruders retreated, muttering threats. Alex breathed heavily. We did it," he whispered. The dragon nudged him with its massive snout. It was a gesture of approval, and Alex realized that the dragon respected him now. As the sun set over the school, casting long shadows across the greenhouse, Alex sat with the dragon and its hatchlings. He had learned a lot that day, not just about dragons, but about himself. Humans might not have strength like aliens, but they had brains, courage, and the ability to connect with other species in ways others couldn't. The dragon settled down beside its hatchlings, curling its body protectively around them. Alex watched, feeling a strange warmth in his chest. He was part of this family now, in a way he had never imagined. And then, from the corner of his eye, he noticed movement again. This time it wasn't security drones or rival cadets. It was someone else, someone even more dangerous, an administrator from the school who had been watching the situation unfold. Alex felt a chill. The next challenge was coming, and it would test not just his cleverness, but everything he had learned about trust, courage, and connection. The albino dragon hissed softly, as if warning him. Alex nodded. Don't worry. We'll face them together. The night in the greenhouse was long, filled with quiet chirps, soft purring, and Alex's racing thoughts. He knew that tomorrow would bring more danger, but for the first time he felt truly alive. He was a human in a galaxy full of aliens, yet he had found a place and a friend that no one could take away. The adventure was far from over. The dragon and its hatchlings were safe for now, but the real test of courage, intelligence, and heart was just beginning. The next morning, the greenhouse was quiet. The albino dragon rested beside its hatchlings, and Alex sat on a low bench thinking. He had survived the chaos, won the trust of the dragon, and protected the cubs from the rival cadets. But he knew the hardest challenge was still ahead. Outside the greenhouse, the school's administrators were mobilizing. Unlike the rival cadets or security drones, they had authority, strategy, and advanced alien technology. Their goal was clear: contain the dragon and retrieve its hatchlings. No one had ever defied the administration like this before, and Alex's mind raced with ideas. He had no weapons, no army, just his wits, and the trust of the albino dragon. All right, Alex whispered to the dragon. We need a plan. The dragon blinked slowly, its massive head lowering to the ground. It was calm, but Alex could feel its tension. Together, they would need brains and brawn to succeed. First, Alex used the greenhouse's strange alien technology. Panels on the walls could control the climate inside. He adjusted humidity and temperature, creating thick mist that shrouded the hatchlings. Vines twisted and shifted, forming barriers. The dragon watched, its instincts guiding it. When Alex signaled, it moved with precision, placing its body between the mist and the greenhouse doors. The administrators arrived faster than Alex expected. They hovered at the greenhouse entrance in sleek, hovering pods equipped with energy nets and stunning beams. Their leader, a tall alien with shimmering silver skin, spoke. You cannot hide this creature. Step aside, human. Alex shook his head. I can't, not while the hatchlings are here. You'll have to go through him. He gestured toward the albino dragon. Its glowing eyes narrowed. The dragon understood perfectly. Protect the young at all costs. The administrators didn't hesitate. Beams of energy shot toward the greenhouse. Alex ducked, signaling the dragon. With a powerful leap, the albino dragon blocked the beams with its wings. Sparks flew, metal twisted, and the greenhouse trembled. The hatchlings chirped in alarm, but the dragon roared softly, calming them. Alex realized that the dragon trusted him completely now. It was acting on his signals. Alex had noticed the administrators' movements. They were predictable. Using quick thinking, he activated a set of pressurized water valves in the greenhouse. Jets of water sprayed toward the hovering pods, causing them to spin out of control. The administrator shouted orders, but Alex continued his clever improvisation, pulling levers and adjusting controls. The greenhouse became a maze of mist, vines, and moving plants, a perfect cover for the hatchlings. The albino dragon moved with Alex's guidance, herding the hatchlings away from danger. It was a synchronized effort, human intelligence guiding dragon instinct. Alex felt a surge of pride. Humans might not have claws or wings, but brains and strategy could stand against the strongest forces in the galaxy. The administrators realized brute force wasn't enough. They landed inside the greenhouse, weapons ready, but Alex had already prepared traps. Hanging plants swung down, knocking energy devices from their hands. The dragon's tail swept across the floor, tipping over heavy pots that sent the aliens stumbling. Every step Alex took disrupted their strategy. Finally, the silver-skinned administrator approached, commanding authority. Enough, human. Stand down or the dragon's fate and yours will be sealed. Alex stood tall even though his heart raced. I won't let you harm them. These hatchlings are their children, not property to be taken. You may be stronger, but you don't understand family. I do. The dragon hissed softly, nudging Alex with its snout as if reinforcing his words. The administrator's eyes narrowed. And what can a single human do against a dragon? Alex smiled. More than you think. He pressed a button on the alien scanner he had modified earlier. It emitted a soft, low-frequency sound, barely audible to humans but amplified in dragon ears. The albino dragon perked up instantly, then charged forward, wings spread, moving with both speed and intelligence. Alex ducked behind it, guiding it through the maze of plants, vines, and mist. The administrators tried to fire, but their shots were blocked, deflected, or neutralized by the dragon's presence and Alex's clever manipulations. One administrator lunged for a hatchling, but Alex intercepted, using a combination of vines and a quick shove to protect it. The dragon roared, creating a shockwave that pushed the remaining administrators back. It was clear to everyone. Humans and dragons together were a force to be reckoned with. The administrator realized that aggression would fail. He hesitated, studying Alex. "Why do you risk yourself for a creature that isn't even your own species?" Alex took a deep breath. "Because it's the right thing to do. Because strength isn't just in claws or fire, it's in courage, cleverness, and heart. Humans may be small, but we care, and that makes us strong." The albino dragon growled softly, almost as if agreeing. The administrator's expression softened slightly. Slowly, he raised his hands. "Perhaps. We underestimated you." At that moment, the hatchlings, sensing the end of danger, chirped and flapped their tiny wings. The albino dragon lowered its massive head, allowing Alex to approach. He reached out and touched one of the hatchlings gently. The dragon watched him carefully but made no move to attack. Trust had been earned. Respect had been given. Alex realized that the real victory wasn't just survival, it was the bond he had formed. In the eyes of the dragon, he was more than just a human. He was a protector, a friend, a partner. The administrator nodded slowly. "You may have saved the hatchlings, human. The dragon will not forget. Nor will we." With that, the school officials retreated, leaving Alex and the dragon in peace for now. The greenhouse settled into quiet again. Sunlight poured through the translucent ceiling, glinting off the dragon's shimmering white scales. The hatchlings explored, chirping and tumbling over leaves. Alex sat down, exhausted but exhilarated. He glanced at the dragon. "You did amazing," he said softly. The dragon's massive eyes met his. Slowly, it lowered its head, nudging him gently, almost like a gesture of friendship. Alex smiled, realizing something incredible. Even in a galaxy of powerful aliens, humans could earn respect through intelligence, courage, and heart. Over the next few days, Alex and the albino dragon grew even closer. He taught the hatchlings small tricks, like climbing low branches and following signals. The dragon observed, sometimes mimicking Alex's actions. Slowly, a small but unbreakable human-dragon family formed. Word spread through the school. Students whispered about the human who had outsmarted administrators, protected a rare dragon, and gained the trust of the most fearsome creature on campus. Some were skeptical, some amazed, but all recognized one truth: humans were extraordinary. One evening, as Alex watched the hatchlings snuggle against their parent, he felt a sense of belonging unlike anything before. He had started as a small, curious human in a galaxy of giants, but now he had proven himself. Brains and heart could match strength and skill. Courage could win trust where weapons could not. The albino dragon huffed softly, curling protectively around its young. Alex reached out, touching its glowing scales. "We did it," he whispered. "We survived, and we've made a family." The dragon blinked slowly, a silent acknowledgement of everything they had faced together. In the coming weeks, the greenhouse became a place of learning. Alex discovered more about alien technology, the dragon's biology, and how humans could contribute in ways aliens never imagined. Students visited, some hesitant, others curious, and slowly, respect for humans grew. And through it all, the albino dragon remained by his side, powerful, wise, and protective. It had faced the galaxy's threats and found an unlikely partner in a human. Alex knew this was only the beginning of their adventures. Together they could face anything. The hatchlings grew stronger every day. Alex taught them human tricks while the dragon taught him alien ways. The human and dragon partnership became legendary across the school, not because of strength, but because of trust, intelligence, and heart. For Alex, life had changed forever. He was no longer just a student. He was a protector, a friend, and part of a family that spanned species. And in a galaxy full of giants, he had shown that even the smallest human could make the biggest difference. As the sun set over the alien academy, Alex looked at the albino dragon and its hatchlings, feeling a warmth he had never known. The adventure was far from over, but for now, they were safe, together, strong, united, and for the first time, Alex truly believed that humans could stand among the stars, not with brute force, but with courage, intelligence, and heart.